everybody, what's up? You're watching Makeup Rules with TheRealKingBob. This video is called All Hail the BB Cream. If you want to get a naturally flawless complexion, keep watching. Okay, brief history on BB creams. They were developed about 60 years ago in Germany from a local doctor slash plastic surgeon esthetician who created these for their patients after they had numerous facial treatments, different things like that, to help their skin be a little bit more renewed, look a little bit more calm, a little less red when they were about to leave the office, so they had a nice complexion. They basically took about 5 components. They took like a moisturizer, a primer, they took a little bit of foundation, they took a little bit of anti-aging cream, and as well as a skin protector like something like SPF. And what that did, gave somebody an even flawless complexion, but very natural. So it didn't look like they had makeup on, as well as, keeping their skin very hydrated. Well, fast forward to about 30 years later, Korea actually discovered the beauty balms, and since then has used them with a lot of celebrities, different things like that, because nobody really likes that heavy, crazy makeup. So they wanted to show that they had perfect skin without really wearing anything. It's only been within the last few years with the US discovering the beauty balms. Right now we have a bunch of different companies like Smashbox, Tarte, Stila, as well as some lower brands, I would say, drugstore brands like Garnier, Maybelline, Revlon. Everyone has come out with some sort of beauty balm. And depending on which beauty balm you use, most can be used as an actual primer too, so you can pair that with your favorite foundations. So you can put your beauty balm down, and that's going to protect your skin as well as give you some sort of coverage. Then shortly after, you can put your foundation on. So you can put your foundation on, and that's going to give you even more coverage, and it's going to give you a longer wear for your foundation, whether it's powder, liquid, or even a tinted moisturizer. A lot of people think, well, a tinted moisturizer and a beauty balm are very close. The only difference is tinted moisturizers may have a little more coverage. They do give a little bit more dewy complexion, and they don't have entirely all the added benefits as a beauty balm. Most of them just have the SPF and the moisture. I actually picked this up for the video. It is the Garnier BB Cream, and it's the Skin Renew Miracle Skin Perfector. There's 2 different types. There's an oil-free, and then there's this one here. But even still, even though it's not the oil-free one, it still doesn't clog your pores. It still feels really good on the skin. And here it still has all the same things as far as the SPF. It's gentle, it helps to brighten the skin, to kind of almost fill lines and wrinkles slightly, it just gives a better appearance. And with this one, it came in fair and light. I'm not sure exactly if the oil-free has fair in it. Everywhere I went, I couldn't find it. They just had the medium light and the dark medium. So I'm going to try the fair light, and I'll show you guys too what it looks like by itself, and then I'll also show you what it looks like with the foundation. Okay, for starters, you can just take the beauty balm by itself, and I like to apply it to the back of my hand. Always make sure you wash your hands before you do this. Just apply a small amount there. This color, actually, I always end up going lighter with any type of foundation or beauty balm, just because depending on where you get it from, because you can't try it out, some of them always have a little bit more tone in them, and I found myself in the winter being very fair. So good thing I went with the fair light, because I still think that it has a pretty decent amount of color in it, so it's not going to make me look washed out, but it's going to probably match the closest. When I apply it right now, I'm actually just going to apply it with a flat foundation brush. You always want to concentrate any kind of foundation or beauty balm. Start in the center of your face first and work up and out. Just a lot of people don't need coverage around the sides of their face, so to avoid getting that mask, it's always good to concentrate most of the product in the front and then blend out up and outward, because then that just kind of takes the excess product and applies it to the sides of your face where you don't really need as much coverage, unless you have acneic skin or skin scarring and stuff from acne. Here goes nothing. Okay, now that I applied it to my whole face, I really only used a little bit. You can see how much is still left from the thing that I, put on the back of my hand. But honestly, a little bit really does go a long way. It feels a little bit wet and more hydrating at first, and actually starts to settle and turn to a powder-like finish. But you can see, it just brightens up the skin slightly, gives you a more natural appearance. A little tough with facial hair. But for you ladies, unless you have facial hair, I think you'll be fine. But I do like it. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is fragrance. I don't really like a lot of fragrance in my makeup products, only because I'm a little bit more sensitive, but it doesn't burn. I did apply it to my upper lid as well, and my eyes aren't burning yet, so far so good. Alright, and then finally I'm going to try it as a primer, so I'm going to use this foundation here, which is the Stila Natural Finish. It was discontinued. I do love it, but they do have definitely, a new better foundation out that is still an oil-free that you'll like as well. But I'm just going to apply a small of this over it, and you'll see how much extra coverage you do get when using it as a primer. I'm not a big fan of a super full coverage, but I have a feeling it's still going to feel very light and not too tight on the skin, because my skin feels very hydrated right now, so I think I'll like it. Okay, and there it is with the foundation over it as well. It gives a little bit more of a fuller, flawless coverage. I felt like I didn't have to use as much foundation because I already had a decent amount of coverage from the beauty balm itself, so I did actually waste a lot of foundation that I had on the back of my hands. I think it does look good. The only thing on the lid, it does slightly crease, so you're going to definitely still want to use your regular eye primer or something like that. Don't use the beauty balm as an eye primer. Works better as a face primer. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit up TheRealKingBob.com. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/TheRealKingBob, and look for me on Facebook too. It's facebook.com/TRKBmakeup.